Hello, my name is Hajun, and today I'm going to talk about Exile of Pluto. Firstly, before I start, this is before the Pluto was exiled, the solar system, and now it changed that there's no Pluto at the end of the solar system. So I'll talk about why it was exiled and the two debates between why and after few years about Pluto status. Table of contents, I'll talk about what is Pluto and the reason for Pluto's exile and the debate over Pluto's status and quiz. Firstly, what is Pluto? Pluto is, as definition in Google, a small planetary body orbiting the Sun discovered in 1930 by Clyde Tombaugh. You can just understand it as Pluto as the smallest planet at the end of the solar system. For the characteristics of Pluto, it belongs to Kuiper belt, which is end of the solar system, and is 1/6 of Earth, and is composed by nitrogen, methane, and carbon dioxide, which people couldn't live at this environment. And lastly, it is minus 225 Celsius degrees average. The reason for Pluto's exile. Before the Pluto's exile, there was requirement to be in solar system as planet. This was by International Astronomy United, and this was at 1931. So firstly, planet has to be circulate the sun, and secondly, planet has to have enough mass for sun gravity, because if it doesn't have enough mass, it's just same as some rock moving inside the solar system. And lastly, planet has to dominate its orbit. This is quite, if for example Earth dominates the moon, so Pluto has some similar things like moon, but it couldn't dominate the things while they are moving the orbit. So also the other fact is that Pluto hasn't have the quite regular circulation, so usually planet has all the regular circulation as you can see, but Pluto hasn't it. So also scientists said this to be Pluto is not a planet. And thirdly, the debate over Pluto's status. Still there is many supporters to be Pluto to be planet. Firstly, as you can see, supporters, Pluto has big meaningful of itself, because as the Pluto was the end of the sun's orbit solar system, so we could more know about outside the solar system by experiencing the Pluto, and secondly, could know about outside of solar system. I said also, and requirement to be in a solar system as planet has to be changed because it's quite long. The requirement was, I said, in 1931, so it's more than almost 100 years. So they are also arguing that this requirements has to be changed, and there is not quite more planet to be found, because Pluto was almost 30 years before exiled, but still they couldn't find the ninth planet. So supporters argue that it has to be planet again. And as you can see, opponents, firstly, Pluto couldn't dominate its orbit as the requirements of IAU, and the relationship between planet could be destroyed because the circulation isn't regular, so it might be quite, and also it doesn't or dominate its orbit, so the regulation between other planet could be quite destroyed. And lastly, Pluto has too long circulation period to research, because it takes 450 years to circulate solar system once, so we couldn't know quite change as circulation begins, so it takes too long circulation. So they argue that Pluto has a meaning to research. Lastly, quiz. And do you have question before I go? Yeah.
So in the website before, I think I don't know. I think the fourth reason the supporters I can I cannot really understand it. So can you explain that?
I mean, the logic itself is like I was gonna actually say the same thing because like it's not logically like supporting the idea that Pluto should be included as a planet. I don't know. It's like a illogical argument.
As you can see, planet is now 8, but before it was exiled, there was 9 planet. So it can be more quite researched to be as planet firstly as meaning of itself, because I said again, it's the end of the planet, and it's quite, if I tell you again, it's the end of the thing, maybe planet. Yeah, if it is a planet, it's end of the planet which has enough mass, so we could research out, yeah, about outside the solar
So
system.
we have to study more for whether it meets the requirement of the planet or not. Is that
Yeah,
what you're saying?
quite supporters are arguing, yeah, like that.
Yeah. But still, yeah, it's not your opinion, right? But I don't think it's a logical argument, anyways. Yeah. And also, instead of like circulation, you have to say orbit, and then instead of irregular circulation, you have to say elliptical or circular. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. Do you guys have any questions? All right, move on.
Firstly, what is Pluto composed with?
Nitrogen, methane, carbon
Composed
dioxide.
wheat? What's a composed wheat?
Mm,
Composed of?
yeah, I'm off, I think. Material.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, nitrogen, methane, and carbon dioxide.
Oh.
And secondly, why was Pluto expelled?
It was
Its orbit is not
Or its
circular
orbit
enough,
wasn't-
or what was that? It doesn't have a gravity to hold the moon.
Yeah. Also this, and I said that the orbit isn't, yeah, right. So, thank you for listening.
Okay.